So I'm continuing on with my seed sowing here. We're going to be sowing some smaller seeds. So next up I'm doing some Shiso, and this is about how big the seeds are. So let's see if I can do this. So there's little tiny seeds, and I am going to be mostly surface sowing these. I might do like a light dusting over the top with some of the growing medium at the end. But these ones are so small that as I water this in at the end, they're gonna be sinking in to some degree. And also, again, since they're so small, they don't have a lot of energy to break the surface. Like if this were like a pumpkin seed or something that's much larger, those generally get buried deeper and they have more energy to reach the surface. But something like this, I'm just kind of, and I'm using more seeds than probably is necessary, but I have a lot of seeds, so it's okay. And I'm labeling them because I don't trust myself. Going to forget. I'll just like mix it around a little bit. That'll be fine. And since these are surface sown, they're going to be more sensitive to drying out. So the setup I have here is I'm going to be bottom watering. I'm going to be putting water into the tray, and it's going to wick up this coconut coir. Since it's a pretty light growing medium, it's going to be good at that. It's not going to get dry patches like a potting soil might. And you can also do like a light misting on top if for some reason it is getting dry patches. You could take a squirt bottle, squirt the top, and keep those seeds a little bit moist. And that's really all there is to it. Just monitor it a little bit like that. So before I move on to the next one, which is, I have chamomile seeds here. They are incredibly tiny as well. The technique's going to be the same. It's going to be surface sowing, especially with these because they're so wispy. They're basically nothing seeds. I wanted to show you these pennyroyal seeds and how incredibly small they are. I have already sown some of these in another seed tray, so I'm not going to be doing more here today. But the size of these, I'm going to be treating something like this the same as I would the Shiso that I just did and the way the chamomile I am going to do. So pennyroyal is a type of mint, and these are the seeds. They are so incredibly tiny that you wouldn't even realize that they're there. They're like little grains. So these ones, I would not even bother dusting over the top with more of the growing medium. I would just do the surface sowing and then water it in. And with these ones, I would probably want to over sow it slightly, since they're so small and you're probably getting quite a bit in a seed packet. You're not going to be set back much by over sowing it a little bit. And I think when you water it in, some of them may get a little too deep to reach the surface. So that kind of compensates for that too. you're kind of covering yourself by over sowing with these. It's not the same as like the pepper seeds that I did earlier where I put 2 or 3 in each. This one, you're not even going to count them. You're just going to take some and sprinkle it on like salt or something like that. You're not going to count these seeds. So moving on to the chamomile. It's hard to tell how really small these are. They look a bit bigger on camera, but they are very, very small. These are smaller than a flea, and I'm going to be surface sowing these the same way I would do those mint seeds. So I'm going to be taking these and attempting this one-handed, so bear with me. I am not going to be very exact with it. I am just kind of sprinkling them over the top of this seed tray. And I'm going to be over sowing a little bit. And now that they're in there, I would have to really look for them. They're gone. They're just so small, they're just gone now. So now the work is done. I am going to bottom water this tray, but I'm going to give this one watering over the top. And from then on, I'm just going to water from the bottom and then occasionally maybe spritz the top. And that's it. I'm not going to dust this over the top with any more growing medium. It's just going to be totally unnecessary. And something that obscenely small is not going to be able to break the surface if I cover it over with more growing medium. So that is the basics of surface sowing very, very small seeds. It's super simple. The only thing about it is making sure that they don't dry out. But since they're so small, that may not even be an issue.